Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt Bong. It's your boy, back with That's Why Media, coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about Tank and Ryan. Just a very interesting episode of, the Showtime All Access epilogue, where they kind of do a deep dive into the drama, the dramatic aspects of the fight between Ryan and Tank. They do this for every big fight that they have on Showtime, so it's always something to look forward to. After the fight, they kind of do like what I said, all the cinematic stuff, everything you want to see, as if this fight was a movie. And it kind of was. It was a big event for Showtime. It was a big event for boxing in general. But a lot of people are talking about how within the epilogue, you could see that Joe Goosen, Ryan's trainer, asked him, did Tank touch that rib? Referring to Ryan's rib that apparently got hurt in sparring, and we don't know to what extent. We don't know if it's a fracture, if it was broken. We actually don't know, but we know that Ryan he went through with the fight, and it's interesting to hear. Do I think that Ryan would have won if he wasn't injured to the body? Probably not, because the stuff that made Tank win that fight, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Maybe not to the body, but he was gonna get caught with something big. Still had 5 more rounds to go. There's a lot of time for Tank to capitalize. Not saying that Ryan wouldn't be able to pull it off, but the way it was looking, Tank's timing was just a lot better than Ryan's, and his speed was it was too tough for Ryan to pick up Tank's rhythm. I don't think he ever did, to be honest with you. Tank's just a very quick guy. He's in and out really fast, and he counters well. So it was really tough for Ryan, but it was interesting to hear about, because obviously Ryan doesn't know that Joe Goosen, the conversation between him and Joe Goosen is being heard. He doesn't know that Showtime's recording that, and he asked Ryan. He said, did he touch that rib at all? And then Ryan said, yeah, that's why I didn't want to continue, because of my rib. And so it's interesting. He had an injury going into the fight, obviously. Prior to the fight, he got hurt to the body, and then we heard about the mole. And we saw the post from the fighter that did it, and a lot of people were giving it attention. And I don't know. It's interesting to hear. Obviously, there's that part where you hear about the mole, and you think, man, if you're listening to other people's play calls and you know about the stuff that happens within the camp, that a guy's vulnerable to the body because he's been injured and maybe has an injury, that's a problem. That's a little bit of an unfair advantage, because then Tank kind of already knows to go to the body, and that's the way he won the fight. So in a lot of ways, that mole stuff doesn't sit well with me, and having a spy in another fighter's camp doesn't sit well with me. But it's also part of the fight game. I'm sure it happens a lot where you just have ears within another, maybe an opponent's camp, and I'm sure it happens a lot. It's sparring, and it's just an unfortunate thing for Ryan that this happened to him, and that the word got out that he got hurt to the body, and Tank capitalized on it. Whether you think it's fair, whether it's not, it's the sport. That's how the sport works. There's no rule in boxing that you can't have ears and intel from other camps going into the fight. So you could take it as being smart. You could take it as it being an unfair edge to Tank. But either way, I think Tank would have won the fight, even if it wasn't to the body. I like I said before, the speed, the timing, the skill was just on a different level, in my opinion. Not to say that Ryan's not a talented fighter. He's up there for sure. He's definitely I think he's still he could be in the top 5 for lightweight still, even though he's moving up to 140. But there's just levels between him, who could be maybe at number 5, and then guys like Tank, who could be somewhere within the top 3 for sure. So it's just tough for me. It's tough for me to think. Ryan made it clear that he didn't want to make it an excuse about his rib. He said that to Joe Goosen, and keep in mind that this conversation, he didn't even know that was going to be recorded and put on the All Access episode. So we didn't know about the injury going into the fight, and he didn't want to stop the fight from continuing and pushing forward, because there was a lot of money on the line. And if he were to pull out, then he's a duck, all that stuff. So Ryan had no choice but to fight with that rib injury. I'm telling you, he could have pulled out. If he really wanted to, but how the boxing fans are so toxic, and they would they'd rip him apart if he were to pull out, even if his injury was real, which it was. So he fought and, unfortunately paid a price for it, but he gave a great fight to the fans. A lot of people give him credit for making a big fight happen, and he's doing what a lot of, bigger stars wouldn't do in the sport of boxing. He risked his record, put his legacy on the line, and didn't get the result he wanted, but I'm sure he's going to come back better than ever, and he's going to have a great, rest of his career. I'm sure he's going to achieve a lot of good things like Tank is. So I can't take anything away from Ryan. It's just an unfortunate situation where you can't really do anything about guys talking and sparring. Word gets out about the injury. I'm sure people see. You have your opponent, not your opponent, but your sparring partner. He brings his team. They're watching the sparring, and even though there might not be any recording, anybody actually taking visual evidence of the what happened. There's word of mouth. People are going to talk about, ooh, my guy, stopped Ryan to the body, and then that from the word of mouth, it carries on like a game of telephone. So that's how this sport is. It's not very fair all the time. It's rarely fair. That's the way it is. There's spies. There's stuff that happens while you're training, while you're sparring, while you're practicing, and word gets out. So it is what it is. It's part of the sport, but it's just unfortunate that Ryan had to deal with the mole. I'm curious to see how the fight would have played out. If he hadn't been injured and if there was no rehydration clause. Not saying that Ryan would have won, because I still think Tank would have won the fight. I'm just curious as to how different the fight would have looked. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this? Seeing on the All Access is very entertaining, but what do you make of Ryan saying that it was because of my rib, I couldn't get up because of my rib, I didn't want to? Because of what could have happened with the injured rib. So let me know in the comments if you guys think it's excuses or it's legit. I think it's legit, but I also don't think that it would have, really changed too much in the outcome of the fight. I still think Tank would have won. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for another Nads Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.